what happens in the piece is that you see, the character trying to fight for his daughter, but his best friend who's still in the game, a situation occur which kind of drags him back into the kind of street culture, which wasn't by choice. And so it's about watching that journey and how he tackles that. So you would need to watch the film to get the story.
What enticed you to write that particular script?
What enticed me was, I grew up in Hackney. I was born and bred in Hackney. I grew up on an estate. I know it sounds so cliche, but I grew up on Sandringham Road, and that was a living front line. And so I was exposed to a lot as a young person growing up. And I was torn, as a teenager, you're torn in terms of the choices that you make and how it affects your life. And, so I went through some real life-changing situations which brought me through to the other end, and I just wanted to give back to my community. I wanted to use my experiences, my platform, my voice, to kind of like show what is going on out there, and to show people that you've got choices. You don't have to go down this road because it never ends well.
Hello and welcome to another episode of On the Sofa. My name is Rachel Onikosi and I'm with Sylvia Amanquah, a film director, producer and writer, also known as Silky Smooth. How are you, Sylvia?
I'm good, Rachel. I'm
Fantastic.
Good. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Tell us more about you and what you do in the industry.
Okay, so I am a writer and a producer. Basically, I come from a theatre background. So I went drama school. I went Central School of Speech and Drama back in the day, and when I graduated and I went out into the world, basically I was working with young people in the community using theatre and education as a tool to kind of explore social issues and some of the issues that young people were confronted with. And what we done with my company, Hard Knock Productions, what we done was look at the issues. Like, for example, we done a mental health issue and basically worked with 15 to 19-year-olds and kind of, got young minds in and anything that's issue based, and kind of explored the issues of mental health and what kind of triggers it, etc. And through the material that we generated from discussions and real life experience, we created like theatre pieces and performed it and done things like that, really.
Fantastic. So take me back, tell me the year that you kind of did your kind of vocational or qualifications that led you into, getting into theatre.
I think I graduated 2004.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so I graduated 2004, and then from there I done I worked for various youth-led community theatres, organisations, and where I built up my experiences and, just learnt practical skills on working with real people, do you know what I mean, after graduation and that. And then I set up my theatre company, which is Hard Knock Productions. And, we managed to get funding, and I managed to work with a lot of young people using the arts as a tool.
Fantastic. Yeah. You spoke about how you kind of learnt the ropes. Talk to me about whether you were supported by experts in the field or mentored during that time.
Do you know what, to be honest, during my work experience, like when I was at uni, when I was at drama school, that's when I learned certain skills and was supported by mentors and that. But once after graduation, that was it. I was out there learning as I went along in the job, because obviously now you've got to put what you've been taught into practice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So how would you describe your journey as a film director, producer and writer? Let me get that correct so far.
Do you know what? That's a new journey for me. I've been in the game, coming up 3 years next year, to about 2.5 years in terms of film. So what happened was, I was doing a lot of theatre work. That is what my background, working in theatre and education and doing plays and exploring that aspect of it. It's not too far from film, but what happened was, it this explosion of social media and YouTube, and I've just noticed how powerful a tool it was. Whereas I could do a theatre production live, and then that's it. Then I started to think more along the lines of film, you know, and you know there were certain film directors that done film that I kind of grew up with as well, that done films in the cinema, and I saw their films on Netflix, and I thought, wow, it was inspiring to see people that I know doing the film thing, and I just thought, if they can do it, I can do it.
Absolutely.
I've got stories for days, you know, kind of thing.
Talk to me about some of the film directors that have inspired you to, you know, do what you do.
Okay, so when I think about film directors that have inspired me, Femi is up there.
Femi?
But that's his surname. Oh, he's done In
10, right, okay,
right.
Yes.
Femi, and who else I would say that inspired me, and I thought, wow. Would I? No, I wouldn't say that guy's name. Let me not even.
I think I know who you're talking about. Okay.
Well,
I think if he has inspired you, I don't see there's anything wrong in obviously
do you know what I mean?
calling
And
his name out.
Shona Rhimes, I look at her as an American writer that has done wonderful stuff in America. Like, she's smashing the game, and you know, and she's got so many TV series under her belt, and as a black woman making waves, like, she inspires me.
Fantastic.
You know, and Michaela Coe. Michaela Coe is really up there for me.
Yes, good. Yeah. How would you describe the positive and negative aspects of being a film director, writer and producer?
Coming into this game as a black woman, I think it's challenging. You know, it is a male-driven industry, I would say, and I don't think we get the support. There's not a lot of support. Like, if I think if I was a male writer and director, I would get more support from my peers.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? In the industry, but where you're a woman, you know, it's quite a lonely road, to be honest with you. And you know, I've literally had to fight tooth and nail to get to this stage.
Yeah. Have you reached out to any of those British film directors for some assistance?
Yes.
And what's been the response?
It's been a lot of chasing down. Yeah. But, you know, in terms of when marketing my current film, you know, a little bit of support, just put it on your Instagram, and kind of, I got that, you know, but, you know, I still feel like, you know, I just feel like...
not the help that you would appreciate in terms of them being in the industry, having the knowledge and skills, knowing the ropes, and you just saying, give me a head start, give me some hand help, so I can obviously
even
launch
advice, you know, even advice, or do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like no one wants to help you until you're there, and then all of a sudden, still.
It's pretty much how it goes. Yeah. But you've done well. Let's talk about your new film, Fool's Paradise, which I know is currently on Amazon and available as a web series on YouTube.
That's right.
Talk to me about this film.
So basically, my brother, he's an actor.
What's his name?
Rashid.
Okay.
Right. So he stars in the film. So basically what it is, when I started off teaching in the game, I used to bring my brother along to all my workshops and productions. Yeah. So he always got a part in it from the age of 11 onwards. So I pretty much nurtured his talent and taught him his skills and all of that jazz. But so when I wrote the script, Fool's Paradise, I was like, you know, we can't wait for people to knock on the door to come and support us.
Of course.
Why don't we put money together? I've written the script. Let's make a film. Let's put this in production, and you can star in this. You know, you can have gives you an opportunity to showcase your talent as well. So that's how Fool's Paradise came about. In the first season came about in 2019.
2019,
yeah,
right? Okay.
I think the web series came up. We done 2019 because then it went back to about 2020, and then it came out this year. Yes.
Fantastic. So Rashid is one of the main actors that I know of.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the other actors.
So you've got, so it's like 4 lead characters in there. You've got 4 lead characters. You've got the 2 characters, my brother's character Darren and a character called Kane. They're best friends. They grew up together.
Yeah.
Darren's trying to fight for custody for his daughter. Like, he's not into that street life. He turned his life around basically when he had his daughter.
Yeah.
But unfortunately his partner died. So then he has to fight for custody for his daughter because the family don't want to give him his daughter because they don't feel like he's responsible enough.
Right, you're talking about some of the storyline here, yeah? Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's good,
yeah.
it's good.
So what happens in the piece is that you see, you know, the character trying to fight for his daughter, but his best friend who's still in the game, you know, a situation occur which kind of drags him back into the kind of street culture, which wasn't by choice. And so it's about watching that journey and how he tackles that. So you would need to watch the film to get the story.
What enticed you to write that particular script?
What enticed me was, you know, I grew up in Hackney. I was born and bred in Hackney. I grew up on an estate. I know it sounds so cliche, but I grew up on Sandringham Road, and that was a living frontline. And so I was exposed to a lot as a young person growing up. And I was torn, you know, as a teenager you're torn in terms of the choices that you make and how it affects your life. And you know, so I went through some real life-changing situations which brought me through to the other end, and I just wanted to give back to my community. You know, I wanted to use my experiences, my platform, my voice, to kind of like show what is going on out there and to show people that you've got choices. You don't have to go down this road because it never ends well.
Absolutely. You mentioned frontline there. Elaborate a little bit on what you mean by that.
So Sandringham Road was it was a famous road for where Jamaicans that had emigrated from Yard, and they would sell weed and all types of things along that road. So as a young person going to the shop and all of that, you used to see a lot of exchange happening, you know, and it was a famous road because you had certain celebrities that would come down and buy their weed and whatever else and go about their business, you know. But there was also, you know, fights, there was raids and so forth going on. So there was a mixture of things, you know.
Do you feel that you were kind of pulled into that lifestyle in any shape or form as a youngster?
A little bit. Yeah. I was influenced by it a little bit, you know, because there's also a glamorous side to it, what looks attractive. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
The streets are glamorised.
Yeah, streets are glamorised.
So as a young person, I can, you know, we've all been young people, the idea that, you know, there's a certain lifestyle which is cool and you look good and you're out, fashion, you're about, absolutely.
Music.
But the negative side is that actually can really stunt your growth.
Yes,
in life and the path you go down.
People that grow on an estate, there's a world out here.
Yeah.
The world is massive.
Of course.
Obviously, social media makes it look small now, but my point, what I'm trying to say is there's a whole world out there. Don't limit yourself.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, some people will be born in Hackney and die in Hackney. They won't even leave, you know?
Yeah.
There's a whole world out there. Go out, travel, meet different people, you know?
That's right. And obviously, your environment plays a big part in that. So your friends, your relationship with your family, the job you do.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's easy to kind of go down the wrong road if you don't have that sorted out.
And then you can just stump your growth, like you said, you know?
Absolutely. Going back to False Paradise now, tell me how you feel the storyline has been received.
Darren, I'm pregnant. I'm having CJ's baby.
I'm saying, there's no way he can keep that baby. You know what he's done? They broke and they can't afford you shit. If you don't wanna 9 to 5, then pick up a Z, then peps and grind to shine car.
So what are you trying to tell me? What? CJ family now?
Come on, course not, man.
Yeah, we have to fill it up, jump in the German, boom, boom, rip it up. Empire, yeah, we have to fill it up. I'm grafting.
Fingers got stabbed
earlier. Where, blood?
Bro, he got stabbed earlier today.
Progress is motivation.
Kane's brought up one of my youths. So what we supposed to do to you?
Got my foes, had my highs, had my lows.
I can't go on like this. I deserve more.
I know. Things are gonna change, I promise you.
Had my highs, had my lows. Had to grind on my own, nah, that's a lie, had my bros. Yo, when I see my thoughts get clouded by pound signs, shoes be Italian, the name I can't pronounce right. All this gun talk, you can't be right in the head. The only line you touch is when you're dialing the Fed. They see my bed and start calling me Aki. No Tesco, mum wasn't brother charges for back.
Writing False Paradise and it being on Amazon Prime, guys, so make sure you go and watch False Paradise. It's been a massive achievement for me because obviously I've done this under 2 years. You know, and it took about almost a year production.
Yeah, of course, yes.
You know, in terms of casting, rehearsals, then going out on set, filming, then post-production, editing, grading. Of course. You know, it's taken a year for it to come out, you know, so we launched on Amazon, I think this year, June, right, okay. Yeah, ending May, June, we've launched.
And do you know the stats, like in terms of the views, etc.?
We've had over 350,000 views.
Fantastic.
And that's here in America. Yeah. And it's growing, you know, so I'm really pleased, like the percentage that, you know, the fact that Americans, the USA and the UK are tuning in. Yeah. It's amazing, you know. Brilliant. And no one ever sees your vision, you know, when you're working with certain people and you're telling them, come on this production, they can't see the bigger picture. Do you know what I mean? So it could be like, oh, Sylvia, I want to do this, or you know, you've got to motivate, you know, certain people to come on and do a production. But now, you know, they're having their exposure, and people are seeing the talent that we've got over here.
Of course. So just to reiterate, False Paradise available on Amazon Prime, also available as a web series on YouTube. I have watched some of the web series, at least last year maybe. Yeah. I haven't watched the whole film on Amazon Prime yet, but I certainly will do, and I'll certainly give my reviews on that. Yeah. I also know you're up for an award. Tell me more about this.
Right, so basically we submitted our film for the British Urban Film Festival. Yeah. And I got an email last week saying that our film's been selected, which is such a great achievement, you know, to be selected for a festival. Yeah. And it just inspires me more to do what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? To be selected, to have my piece on Amazon, and you know, doing what I enjoy. Yeah. You know, I can't explain that feeling. It's amazing.
Of course. So what's the process? What happens next?
Right, so basically they're going to let me know the category, when the festival takes place and all of that. So guys, once I get all that information, I'm going to let everyone know. I need my votes, because it's about moving on to bigger and better things, you know.
How could OntheSofa help with getting the votes?
Well, I will definitely let you know. Do you know what I mean? If there's how this voting system works, because then I will definitely need support, because I really want to win, to be honest. I really want to win, because it you know, being even nominated, it brings credibility to my piece, so it's absolutely fine. Yeah. But to win would be an absolute dream.
Fantastic.
You know?
Do you know who the other nominees are?
I've seen the other nominees on their Instagram page, and it's via Buff Connects. Right. And now I look like that I'm up against quite a few good films out there, to be honest. Like, it's an amazing time to be in the industry, to be honest, because the exposure, like, people are doing really, really good stuff.
Yeah. So if I was to jump on the relevant website, I'll be able to see the nominees?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Do you want to let people know the website?
If you can go into Instagram, it's on Buff Connects. It's called Buff Connects, BUFFCONNECTS, Buff Connects. They are the founders behind the Urban Film Festival.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So what tips would you give budding film directors, writers and producers who really want to get into the game, are struggling, need some support? What are the 3 things you would say to kind of encourage them?
It's a wide one, because it depends what they want to do. If you want to be an actor, I would say learn your craft. Learn your craft, learn your craft, learn your craft, learn your craft. Gotta have thick skin, be prepared to get a lot of knockbacks, because this game is full of knockbacks. But if it's something that you're passionate about, never give up. What else would I say if I wanted to be an actor? You don't always have to go to drama school, I would say, but still go to, there's lots of independent organisations out there, like Arts Company, whether it be Identity or the ones that comes to mind, or WAC, Performing Arts Media College. They do great stuff with young people. Do you know what I mean? Like, you still need to, I still would encourage to do some sort of training, and read a lot of plays.
Okay.
Read a lot of plays.
Brilliant, thank you. So what's next for you? We know you've got the Up for the Award, but what is your kind of future plan, next 5 years, say?
Well, I've just currently finished my new script, which I'm really, really excited about. So my next stage right now is to be back in production. So this time I'm hoping to get, because I must stress that with Forced Paradise was self-funded, so I had to invest in myself and put my own money. Me and my brother put money together, and it wasn't cheap. This industry's not cheap. Do you know what I mean? But it's paid off in a sense that now I've got material, I've got a CV. Do you understand? So now with my next project, I want to get funding. I said I'm not putting no more money in my pocket now. I need to get funding for this next production, which I will. And then once that arrives, I'm looking to, put my new film up.
Okay, where do you intend to get funding from?
Well, I'm still researching various grants and funding bodies, so that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Thank
How
you.
can people hear more about you, social media handles, etc.?
Silky Smooth 17. Come and follow me on my Instagram, or you can go to Forced Paradise web series on Instagram. You can follow them, or you can actually follow the company, which is Hard Knock Productions.
Brilliant.
On Instagram, and obviously check out our website, hardknockproductions.com.
Fantastic. Right, so personality questions now. The first one is scenario based. You find yourself in financial difficulty and you see somebody drop a bundle of money. We're talking about 3 or 4 grand. You pick up the money, but by the time you look up, the person has disappeared. Do you give the money to the local police force, leave the money with a nearby shop in case the person returns to collect the money, keep it as this is probably a gift from the universe to you to fund your film, next film, or share it between some youths hanging around the shops?
Do you know what? This is gonna kill me, but I'll probably invest it in my next film.
Okay, so you're going to keep the money?
I'll keep the money.
Because it's a gift from the universe to you?
Because it's the gift of the universe.
Okay, I'll accept that. The next one is you're late for a big client work meeting and you know it wouldn't look good if you walk in late. Do you miss the meeting saying you're sick, casually walk in as if you're early, attend the meeting but pretend you've got a bad leg, so you're limping literally, or make a big excuse about a big road traffic accident on the way to the meeting?
Make a big excuse. There was an accident on my way. Sorry,
Even
I'm
if
late.
it wasn't true, you would say that?
If I was late, if it was a very important meeting, I would have to
lie.
I would have to improvise.
Improvise, okay.
I won't. Yeah, I'll say improvise.
Yeah. Some people have heard that question and they give an answer that's not available. They say, I won't do any of those, I'll do X, Y, and Z.
So for
you're
me,
still
that's
free to do
why.
that.
So
Yes.
I said that's why I would improvise. So it would have to be something that happened at home that delayed me from getting to the meeting.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Just some personality questions now. Are you a shower or bath person?
Shower. I've only got a shower.
A cinema or Netflix person?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I am a Netflix person, but I like going to the cinema as well.
Yeah. So which one is your preference?
I would like to go to cinema.
Okay. Are you an Uber or black cab person?
Uber.
Boris Johnson or Keir Starmer? So Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, obviously.
Who's Keir Starmer? I don't know who's
leader of the Labour Party.
Oh, God. I'd have to go with the Labour Party.
Labour Party, Keir Starmer, okay.
Yeah.
Are you a gym or jog person?
Gym.
In terms of popcorn, sugar or salt?
Popcorn. Sweet. Popcorn.
Yeah, sugar or salt, yeah.
Oh yeah, sugar. yeah,
You confused me there, that's right.
Yeah, sugar.
Yeah. Do you prefer to listen to music or read?
Listen to music.
Fantastic. Well, that's the end of the personality questions. And thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Excellent.